So you may be thinking, where can I find this mod? On the Mod Hub or King Mods. Now, these are custom mods from MA7 Studio. In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can get some free models and also some paid ones to add to your game. There's a variety of ones, from cow pens to pig pens, of all different styles and sizes. As you can see, it's a pretty damn nice mod, and I'm enjoying it quite a lot. Very detailed, very high texture, and just really nice and worth a look into. So stay tuned, I will teach you step by step how you can download these mods. Again, some of these are free and some are paid models. So let's jump into the tutorial. Now before we begin, just point out this is not sponsored in any way. I paid for these models myself and didn't receive any discount. I've not been asked anyway by MA7 to produce this video. I've seen some of these models on other channels and I wanted to give them a try, but they are a little bit pricey, which I'll go on to shortly. The main thing is I thought it'd be a lot of fiddling around in Giants Editor. Initially it took a while to get there. The instructions are given in English on a text document, but the videos themselves they provide aren't in English, they're in French. So unless you're a fluent French speaker, you can probably ignore this video. If you are quite good at Giants Editor and doing things that's before, this video probably isn't relevant to you. However, if you are new to Farming Simulator 22, new to Giants Editor, and you want a bit of a prompt, or even just to show, you're considering buying these models as well, this could hopefully help you out purchase some, because they are really nice models. They're all custom made and a lot more detail. There were some great ones on the Mod Hub, but these ones are pretty darn good if I'm honest, and they come with all the triggers and everything built in. So how it works is you go on to MA7 Studio on Google, and then you come to the home page here. There'll be an agreement sometimes. Accept it and choose your language, French, German or English. Click the build button here at the top left. Again, you can create an account. I've already got an account logged in, and there you go. That's the prompt button there. Just it says make sure you use an email such as Gmail and Outlook instead of any of these ones here, never heard of. Just accept that one there, and it'll bring you to build your farm and all these models that you can purchase. They range from anywhere from sort of €3 all the way up to about €20. I think it's the most expensive one. This one here is a huge one. €20 currently on sale to €17. I have purchased so far is the Legrand Stabulation. It was €19. It's pretty pricey, but it's huge. It's really well detailed and it is really nice. So compared to like a DLC, for example, I don't know, hay and forage pack, I prefer something like this, something nice and different compared to some mods I can get quite easily on the Mod Hub or King Mods. So this is what I've done. I did it the first time I did, pretty big model to do. It took me about half an hour the first time round. I'd done one about half an hour before this video. Another cow one I bought took me about 20 minutes, and I've got one more, the pig one, which we're going to do today as a demonstration. So the one I've purchased is the Ferret Pig Shop. So once you find the model you like, you add to cart, either through PayPal or credit card, debit card, whatever your payment method is, and they'll email you the FBX file within a day or two. Generally, mine took about 12 hours. The second one I bought was quick. The first one I bought on a Sunday, so I didn't get it till the Monday morning, which is fine. Now that file that email you isn't the full document, which I was a bit confused about. All they send you is an FBX file, which essentially is a serialized document. So if you was to share this online, like King Mods, external parties, they could track it back to the original serial number, which means you'll then be in a bit of trouble because you've paid for this and it's not for public use. It's all private, or whatever person buys it is theirs to keep, but it is not to be shared with anyone. Just bear that in mind. You couldn't use this on like a public server or a community server. To find the actual mod itself, it will be in here, FS22 mod, which will link you to the website. Just follow the prompts, click the download. I'm not going to do it now, just in case sometimes you click the download link and it will bring up ads, very similar to like King Mods. So I don't want to, on the video, is have a any sort of rude or disruptive ads pop up. I've already downloaded it to my desktop, which you'll see shortly. In the setup, there's a document here. You can download that as well. Just unzip it once it downloads, and it's got all sort of guides in different languages. And there's an installation video on YouTube. It is in French, but you can turn on English subtitles. Hopefully your browser will convert it to English, but it's always not going to be accurate. So I thought I'd do a bit more of a simpler version in English because I couldn't actually find one myself. So once you've got the email come through and you've downloaded the mod here, just minimize that and share it to your desktop. Now this one is just here, and this is the FBX file for this one. How it works, and I'll bring up my guide. I'll bring it to the screen here quickly so you can roughly see. It will give you this document here on how to prepare it all, how to install it. So it looks very complicated. When I first seen this, I was like, what the hell? But when you follow it step by step, it's actually pretty easy to do. So we'll go for it now, step by step anyway, on my screen. So step one, you need to unzip the file itself, which is this one here. So all you need to do is install WinRAR and extract, and it will give you a document like so, and just bring it alongside to your document. From there, just double click that one and open up the textures file, and then make a copy of your FBX file, copy that one and paste it into your textures file. Nice and simple. That's the first step. From there, just go back one screen onto the actual document itself, and you'll see the MA7 ID3 file here. Double click that one there, and the Giants editor will load up. Hopefully it doesn't go too laggy. And then you'll see the model does appear, but it is missing quite a lot of things. The main thing to note is that you do add the document first and you open it up through the file itself. So you've got the MA7 here. When you click that one there, you will see all the details here. Okay, so for now, just close down the little tab there, so you're left with this screen. The next step you take is quite important because I recorded this video and I did the import the wrong way around, which messes things up slightly. So when you do your next step, you need to hit File, Import, and then you need to import the FBX file. Ensure the desktop one I had initially I downloaded from my email was here saved, and I copied pasted it into my textures folder from the last part of the video, which is now here. Make sure you import the one that is currently in your textures folder. So what I'd recommend you do is to download the one on your desktop, cut and paste it. Don't copy paste it, put it straight into your file. If you use the downloaded one on your desktop and not the one in your textures, when you do some steps later on with the gloss files, it will just default them all to the same. I found that out the hard way, so I had to redo the whole video just so it's not a mistake from the beginning. So you import the FBX file that the email sends you, and that will now give you these 4 little boxes here, which is, depending on the mod and the size of the mod, there could be like a whole list of them, 10 or so. This one's only got 4, which is nice and easy for this tutorial. From here, click the top one and then hold shift, left shift, and click that, and it will highlight them all. Hit the edit button and cut that away. Expand where it says MA7. Go down to your visuals box and you'll see an MA7.fbx drop down. Click that so it goes blue. Hit edit and then paste, and that will now put those files in the correct place. The next step you need to do is where it can be a little bit tricky looking at the guide, but it's not that bad, trust me. What you need to do, mine's already open, is you hit Window and then you go to Material Editing. As you can see, it will then pop up here and you can drag that across, make it bigger or smaller. I brought mine to about here, which is perfectly fine. So again, you can click off here if you need to, hit Window and then Material Editing, and it will bring this screen here up for you. Click down on the top one, which is your very first one you're going to do. Ignore this for now. we'll do it as the guide says. So the first step we need to do is the gloss map texture. So this tab here, material, if it's not visible, just click the drop down here, and then you'll see gloss map and then 3 little dots. Click those 3 dots, drag this across, hit your 3 buttons there, and then it should automatically open up your texture folder. If not, just go to where it is saved initially, make sure you got the right one. Mine's this one here, textures, and you'll see it here. Now you need to find the gloss file. It tells us in the guide, but just for the video, you see each one's got a 6, a 4, a 3 and a 2. There could be multiple ones the same, or there could be all different numbers. That first number corresponds to the gloss file you need. So as you can see here, number 6 gloss corresponds to 6 here. So we hit gloss, we hit open, just OK that. That is the first step done. Just to ensure it's the right one, just hover over your mouse and you'll see on the end there gloss.ddx number 6. If you have multiple numbers, so on the blue tab, start with 6, it will change those automatically for you. If they're different numbers, which in this case they are different, you need to do this one by one at a time. Happy days so far. Next step is go down to the custom shader tab and then shader source. There's a little yellow box here. Click that one. It should default for you straight to the folder you need. If it doesn't, it is basically your Farming Simulator 22 data folder, which is in whichever drive you saved it to: Steam, Steam Apps, Common, FS22, Data, and Shaded. But again, every time I've done this, it's auto done this for me to this correct page. You're using the default building shaders, so hit that one there, hit open, and then leave that as it is. From here, look, it's now populated that box. Scroll down to custom texture 0. From here, you click the 3 dots one more time, click the 3 dots again, and now you want your folder again, which the mod is in, textures, and then specular. I'm not sure what the French word is for that, but if you cannot find, this one here is 6, you cannot find number 6, so 6 diffuse, 6 gloss, 6 normal. The guide says just use the X, which is the default one. Do not be alarmed if you can't find it. Don't email them. It says on their page, do not email us if you can't find the correct specular. Just use the default one. In this case, we haven't got 6 or any of them for that instance. So for all of these, we will use X specular. Hit open and just OK that. That's all you need to do for that step there. So custom texture 0 should now be X specular DDS. And your gloss, scroll up again, gloss map should be number 6, which corresponds to number 6 just here. Nice and simple so far. The next step is the transform box should be open, and then you go to the clip distance box, delete everything in that box, and then on here the next numbers is 200, next one down is 120, 300 and so on. The clip distance corresponds to this here, so type in 200. Simple. This one here has an R next to it, which means you tick the box saying rigid body. If there is no R, so the next one hasn't got an R, you leave that unchecked. And that is all you need to do, and then you just repeat the process for all of them. So we'll do one more just so everyone's happy on the right page. So just click off that one there, and we'll click the next one now. As I mentioned earlier, if you don't import from the texture files, the FTX file, it will now change the one I'm about to do to that one there as well. So if I change this one, it's going to default and change that one. So to make sure it doesn't happen, just follow the steps at the start of the video. Excuse me. So we'll do this one more time. If you've done it the correct way, this shouldn't be populated. Unless that was a 6 as well, it would auto-populate for you. So if it's blanked out, you know you've done the import correctly. So once again, you hit the gloss map icons, hit the 3 numbers. This time, the 4 is there. So we want to place gloss number 4, this one here, hit open, hit OK. That's the first step done. scroll down to your shader source, and again it should hopefully auto populate for you the right screen. You want building shader, hit open. That is done. Click off so you don't scroll this one here by mistake. Scroll down, custom texture 0. Hit that one there, and again just drag that across. Find your original file, textures, and again it's number 4. There is no 4 specular, so just use the default X and then hit OK. Job done. Click off so you're not on the scrolling here. Scroll back up to the top, and again desk should be now gloss number 4. And the final step is the clip distance. This one here is different. It's not 200, it's 120. So 120. Just change that to 120. Now this one has not got an R next to it. The other 3 do. So you leave rigid body unchecked. And that is the next one done. Just to confirm we've done it right, click on this top one first, and this should still say gloss number 6, which means it hasn't copied the last one that did, because we've done the import correctly. So that is the first 2 done. Just watch back the video if you need to, and I will now go to the next 2 and jump back in once I've done those. So I've just done the last 2. It took me about a minute or so total. That was it. So because I've done it a few times now, it really is quite simple to do once you've done it a few times. So just to double check before we save, just double check everything is correct. So clip distance on the first one should be 200 because there's 200 there. We've ticked rigid body because there's an R. Just going to scroll up on this one, hover over where it says gloss map, and it should be gloss number 6. And this one should be the default data folder, building shader, and X specular, or the number it corresponds to if you've got a different model. Happy days. Next one down, we'll double check 2 and we'll move on. Is clip distance 120. There is no R, so we've left rigid body unticked. Our gloss map should be number 4, which is correct. And then our Steam maps is building shaders, and our custom texture 0 is X specular again. I'll just double check the next 2 without talking, and you can just follow along. So yeah, I'm happy and content they are correct. So the next step is to hit File and save that document. At the bottom here, you should say C saved, and then the time 18:43 Wednesday, 26th July. Just for safe measure, I always save twice. And then happy days. You can now close down Giant's Editor. And then we will have now is our 2 folders. One is zipped and this one is not. All you need to do is open up the one you've worked on, the unzipped document, highlight it all like so, right click, go to WinRAR, add to archive, and ensure you tip the zipped box. Hit OK. And that is now zipped all of that, and you'll see the folder stands out because there's a zip next to it. Just drag that out of your folder onto your desktop. Again, it's going to want to try and replace the one that's already there. That's fine, because this is the most up-to-date one now with the correct textures in. Close that one down, and that is now good to go. So I'm going to copy that one and put that into my mods folder. So we're going to go onto my drive, FS22 mods. I'm going to put it into Core Farms for the test, and then right click and paste. And now ferret stabulation is correct, and this one is I can't pronounce it in English, it's a P, that one there. So it's now zipped and in the folder. I use FSG Mod Manager, so I'm just going to make sure I'm on the correct one here. Set active, just so we updates those new mods been added. I always like to do just in case. And then close that one down. And just for good measure, I always reload it just in case when I add a series of new mods. So I should now process those new mods. I'm on Court Farm, and my active folder is Court Farm. So I'm now going to jump into the game, and then I will see you in the game, and we'll test out if it's working correctly. Okay, here we are in game at Court Farm. I have purchased some land. I've leveled the ground. Let's see if we've done it all correctly. So let's go into build mode, animals, and then pigs. Ferret pigsty is the one here. So, but let me just very quickly get with these bushes. There we go. So animals, pigs. And then let's place this one down here. Now, if you bought the model or downloaded it from their website without paying for the additional models to do what we've just done before, you can use them as demos, see sort of how they look, how big they are, but it will be missing the walls, it'll be missing some triggers and stuff, so you do need the files to actually download them and have it all pieced together like so. So we'll do a quick test. We'll open up the gates, all the doors, and test them all are working. And then, so all the doors are working, that's fine. And we've got our light switches here. As you can see, copyright MA7 Studios. Lights are working fine. So far, so good. Next up, we will test out the actual trigger itself. So, let's get ourselves, holds up to 30 cows or pigs, this one does. So we'll buy the total amount of 30. Pretty overcrowded in here for 30. It's not going to be a huge farm. So yeah, 30 pigs looking nice and happy, bit crammed. Next up, let's test out some triggers. Okay, here we go then. I've got a super strength working, so it will accept straw on the trigger over there. And it took it out the back anyway, but the trigger did appear. Go edge forward slowly. There you go, so start overloading straw, and the trigger works for the straw as well. Happy days. Just going to turn off my engine because there's a new save. So we can leave that one there run by itself. Refill this one. Let's chuck another bale in quickly. There we go, so we'll leave that one run by itself for now. See how much it actually looks full. Let's get ourselves some pig food. And we'll make sure the trigger's working. Which it is, happy days, and the straw's going in still. And just make sure the animations are working obviously on the troughs here. And the pigs go over. So eventually I'm sure this whole area would look a lot better once the straw's complete. So the straw's working, the pig food is working, the small bag's not made a dent obviously. And then finally is the slurry around the back. What we'll do, I'm going to just top up loads of food and then I'll get some slurry and test the slurry with a tanker. Okay, so as you can see, I've topped up the straw and the food is at about 7,000 litres. The slurry has gone up gradually. And I've also put in a manure expansion or extension here. So let's see if this works as well. I'm just going to progress time by a day. Okay, so it looks like the slurry has gone up. Manure has currently not gone up at the extension. I'm using a modded one, so what I'm going to do is just try one more here. Go silo extensions. Let's try the base game one. Let's try it back there. And let's progress by one more day. There we go, a day's gone past now, and there's still no manure in the actual extension for some reason. So whether this barn itself just doesn't generate manure, or it does give you the option there for manure. So let's just try one more thing. Let's put in an ordinary manure heap, shall we? Just next to here. And we'll do one more time. So again, no change, manure hasn't gone up at all. So I'm going to make the assumption that this one doesn't allow for manure spawn. However, you can get your slurry from this one here. Let's quickly get ourselves a very, very small tractor. One there, and a small slurry tanker. And just test one final thing and make sure the actual trigger for the slurry is working. So that means we've done everything correct and all triggers are working. And there we go. The slurry tanker is filling up and that is working. So there we go, that is the mod working perfectly fine. And as you can see on the step-by-step instructions, it's very simple to do. It doesn't take too long. If you know what you're doing, after a couple of times it can take roughly no more than 10 minutes of your time. So what I'm going to vary now is just briefly show you a couple extra ones that I've bought as a little bonus for watching the video, and it might help you out if you're looking at buying some of these. So we'll jump in build mode again. I've also purchased Power One. Now on the King Mods and the website, they have got some free models. So this ferret calf one here matches this package. The pig one, this one here is a free one. So if you wanted to try them out, that one is ideal for maybe like calves, maybe. There's a calf stall, so it's perfect for a small farm. I've also bought this one here, the main stable stabulation one. So let's just go have a quick look at this one. So this one is the same sort of brand, the Ferret Stable. Very nice mod indeed. Let's just add some cows. Takes 60 cows, this one. So again, all your doors work perfectly fine. Let me just turn the lights on. So a very nice one, very old school. It's got the rustic sort of look to it, like an old style farm. So I'll definitely be using this one. Now this one here doesn't come with the option of the fence and the pasture. So it's more like you build it into an existing field. The benefit is this one does enable grazing, however only in this grass section here. I've tested it with the meadow on Cotter Farms at least. It works perfectly fine. So if I paint this grass in now, and if you are using the grass mod, this one here, if we go high grass, this section here, if I progress time now, you can see there, it's recognised that as a grazing mod, and the cows are going to go running now for food. So the sections there I've put in, if you put in their own grass, it will actually take the grass itself. So grazing is enabled, and it will spawn over here. Not much there to go off. So yeah, really nice cow shed. I believe it comes with a robot as well. I haven't fully tested it yet myself, but it comes with a little office around the back here, and a little milking area back here. More lights. So really nice, really detailed, and loads of doors. Good for role-playing series as well. Your slurry input here. Again, I'll need to test this with the manure. And I've also got is the beast one of cows is the Legrand stabulation. Now this one here is a bit more modern, and it comes with a huge outdoor pasture. Let's place that one just there. So as you can see, it's very nice, very detailed, and a lot better than that one there in terms of modern. I haven't tested this grass here is grazing compatible just yet. I'll give you a very quick tour. This is mostly a tutorial video. This is just a bonus for some of the ones I have already bought. So you've got a door here, like a sort of back area. Let's go for a door. Another door here which leads into there. This one here opens. All the doors open. And what you have here is a scraper. So all your manure, it's got an inbuilt scraper. So it will clean out your muck for you. I haven't tested it with manure down the ground yet, or straw. So I'll showcase that at some point. What else we got? We've got the cows area on the back here, and they'll spawn in these areas. Obviously your tip triggers will work fine. I've tested this one, but the detail on this is just so nice. Around the side here, you've got like another area for storing of vehicles and implements. More doors here. There's like a little back room, little staff area. And then another room with a little office, and the computer turns on as well. Nice detail, all your controls there. Really, really nice. Nice little windows there, looking outside. And then if we go around this side, all your triggers are here. So manure. I think maybe this might spawn a manure here, potentially. Slurry's there, obviously. And then if we buy some animals now, let's get ourselves some Holsteins. Buy 60 cows. And there you go. They will all spawn out here. So all around this grass area, inside the pasture itself, they're roaming in and out. Obviously need to open the gates for them. Not that one there, so escape. And there's a door there for them to get in and out. Look, nice and good. They can go into the indoors as well. So really, really nice. Let's quickly increase time. See if the food... It might not go up now because we are in the winter. Go to April let's paint in some grass now. Obviously, just need to be careful when you do this because you don't want to go into here. We'll just do that. So I've painted in the grass texture now. Let's progress time slightly. Go around to the actual food area. And there we go. This one is also grazing enabled. So excellent. Very good news as well because I haven't tested it myself yet. Because I got this 2 days ago. So the food's now 2,800 litres. And you'll see the grass is now in a sort of short growth state. There's quite a few cows in there as well. We go even further. There you go. It's now been stripped clean in just a day. So, I mean, this is 1 day seasons. So it's a long time in theory. But yeah, grazing is enabled on these mods. So, which is really nice to see. So there we have it. Tutorial on installing them. And the process is the exact same for each model as well. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you get. The only thing that will change is the number of ones you have to edit. But the process is the exact same for all of these. So the first one took me about half an hour to an hour because I didn't really understand the instructions overly well. And then as you can see from the pig one, it took me almost no time at all to do. So, and the cow one as well, a little bit longer, but then the pig one was really, really quick. I'll continue testing these. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Again, these are MA7 Studio models. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed it and found it informative, please do give the video a like. And if you want to know more and see some more of my videos on farm sim, please subscribe. I will try and answer any questions, and if you buy the models and you search for English tutorials, hopefully this one pops up and I can help you out as best as I can. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.